You said if no, I never said that, bro. I said 40. I said originally said 50, and then I said, all right, we're not getting 50. Let's do 40.
And then it was only 30.
I never said 30, bro. I never said a free slot.
I don't know. I didn't say nothing about like that for 30, but I said we only got 30 members.
I said we're starting if we get 30. I mean, if you can get 10 people, we're gonna do the free spot. Now we all have 30. Oh, hey, man.
It's crazy.
Hey, chat. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah.
Right, bro. Don't be on bullshit, please. Just have a good session.
Okay. Let's start this up. I'll actually be on the page. Right, chat. So, we're not gonna drop that, bro. Okay. So going into the week, right? We closed. We had a massive expansion week. Okay, last week, right? Monday week, major expansion. We dropped 6%. Okay. Now this was the weekly drawn liquidity for last week. This ITL, this FUG, in the weekly scheme, right? ITL inside this FUG. And we never really like displaced through it, right? We did close below it on Friday, but this can still be seen as a turtle soup because it's a shallow close, right? It's not like a major close. So this candle didn't mean we're gonna immediately flip bearish, right? This didn't mean, that this will be a breaker and we're gonna just dump, right? We need one, if we're gonna be bearish, we need an open high, right? And two, this could have been a turtle soup to the upside, right? Now, so, right, this could have been a turtle soup. So going to the week, we were actually bullish, right? I mean, it worked, right? I took a long Monday, I think, and I took a long Tuesday, I know that. And it worked, right? Because it's for the weekly range objective, right? You need to open a high and the lows if you want to see a bearish week, right?
The
Now these
smallest
weeks,
candle of the week was my best week, or best day of the week. That's kind of crazy.
uh, these uh these low weeks they can happen, right? This is why sometimes major expansion weeks they won't have like a crazy week. It's the same with daily candles. You see these daily candles that have that move the most. You see this? This doesn't even have a wick. Or these, it's a classic expansion days. They don't have wicks or like small wicks if they do on both sides, right? You see this, these candles, right? You see this candle, this candle, right? So if you're expecting a bullish expansion week, which I was kinda, right, going into the week, you don't need this low to be taken, and you're fine with a small wick for the weekly range to the downside to then agree high. So yeah, then going into the week, right, we started projecting, for my draws. So watching this, and I was watching potentially like higher, right? Then obviously start shifting later on during the week, but I'll break down like Monday. Maybe all this Monday. We had a classic buy day, right? Now why did we have a classic buy day? This right here, super important. Uh, this is a troll soup during Asia. And most of y'all probably think Asia always needs to be swept. Right? Asia is always a range and needs to be swept. Now, doesn't need to be, right? I won't give away too much about what this is. If y'all studied ICT, you would know what this is. And why this will lead to not be retouched again if we're truly bullish later on, right? But this total soup was very important. So it's a soup of this ITO in this end walk. Now it fills the gap, right? Immediately we open, create a big gap. We immediately fill 50% of the gap. Now if you're bullish, and you watch ICT's lecture about NWACs, you don't want to see the lower portion to be traded to. Like preferably if you're bullish. So that was low of day, right? And no one trades Asia, so no one needs to soup this. But going into AM, you can expect this to hold as low of day and this to be a classic buy day. Right? We see this right here is balance, right? Every low, every high is being traded to. Right, we get throw soups, trade higher. No imbalances left in price here on this run. So this run, after we close above this high, can be considered a balanced price range and a true breakup, right? So then going into AM, you then watch for imbalances in price. Now ES was actually a lot cleaner for my trade. For ES, there was two trades, right? On ES, the only imbalance on this run up was this right here. This busy right here, which we filled open low at 10 a.m. to then go higher to these highs. Right, and in Q we didn't get that, and Q we kind of fucked around here. Until when? Until London close. Right, this is a super important time for your daily profiles. London close. Got a 4-hour. Look at this. The only imbalance in price, right here. We fill it to the tick. It's ain't random. We fill it to the tick, and immediately spool higher. Right, open low, fill the gap. At 11. Right, London close. Spool higher. Continue the classic day. So there was two options you could have taken there. This was my trade on the S because it was, you see this, filling these gaps. Then delivered higher on yes, it was kind of cleaner. On Q, this was like the best trade here. Right, so it's all about knowing daily profiles. Oops, I need to do that. Then going into Tuesday with the same shit. Okay. Tuesday we had a classic buy day. 3 a.m. London reversal. Now what did we reverse off? Off of? Off of this. Right. Previous day equilibrium touched. Okay. Now we also this rejection block, right? I think on the 4 hours a rejection block. Or just this wick, right? Yeah, just this wick. 50% of it touched, immediately rebalance, immediate break higher after we touch the wick. Right? It's a sensitive area in price. We touch the wick during London, break higher. Now I'll give you all that, right? During Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll see classic buys usually, or like these kind of low days, right? Asia, London. I think these days it's for you to figure out. I'm not gonna touch on this. These 2 days, not Wednesday, Thursday and Friday are gonna have different. Typically, right? 70% of the time, they're gonna have a different profile usually. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kept 70% of the weekly range. So you want to focus on these 3 days. You train the weekly range, right? And for these days, y'all just need to know there's a 70% likelihood that we're gonna form the low of day during London or during Asia. Vice versa in high of day.
That's
Yeah.
why I love the Tuesday trade, and also right aligning with like previous day equilibrium. We came into, our previous 4 hour or 1 hour, or they're both the same thing. Swing high and low. We came into right into OTE of it, right into 3 a.m. Like Crunk said, into 3:30, right for a perfect London manipulation right after a Asian accumulation, and that's one why I went so heavy on it right at the time that I did. And even though I got broke even on my first trade, right adding back into it because right I knew the key low right after being tapped three, like the third tap is usually gonna be our final tap. Before we either one completely break that low or right move higher. And on the lower time frame, the 15-minute looks terrible on that London low, but right, that was just that indication of that third tap. And I re-entered right technically inside of right that 15-minute range, but it was understanding that one, that 330 low wasn't going to be broken, and two, right, if I would have held my original position and not went break even, like technically I should have, it would have hit either way. But the only reason I went break even, honestly, it was like I was up from Asia into London, so I was just tired and like just not good psych. It's been a long time. Doesn't matter with how price is looking, aligning into time as well. Doesn't matter what I'm thinking. If I should, if my rules don't tell me to go break even, I shouldn't. But either way, I added back in, and that's how I was able to capitalize on that. Even though it was the smallest day of the week, right? It was my best day of the week. And honestly, after that, like I wasn't so stressed on trading Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even though it was a classic Wednesday, sell day.
Yeah. Some people may think this is a random low day, right? And we don't only care about time, we care about price, obviously. But everything here has been balanced on a run up, so there's no reason for a low day to not be put in here. But there's no reason for price to go any lower. Right, we had this total soup, and then we had a run on buy stops, and then we had a purge, right? Rebalance, redeliver, imbalance, immediately trade higher.
I
Right, so
for
there's no imbalance in price down
Yeah,
here.
and I forgot
Only
one
this gap.
thing. Like that's also coming, talking exactly what Crunk is saying. That leads into us having that liquidity above the Monday daily close as well as the Monday, or not daily close, excuse me, just above the Monday high. So, no matter what, if we're gonna go higher, we're gonna run Monday's high, and if we're gonna go lower, we're gonna run Monday's high into Tuesday. Sorry.
Anyways, okay, so you see this low of day. I want you to focus on the time and then what happens after. Okay. We see this changes state of delivery, right? 5 a.m. going into New York. Do we have news that day? I think, right? That day? I don't even know. Anyways, you always want key levels to protect your low day, right? There's no key level, and we're gonna talk about this for I think like Thursday. Thursday gonna be a sell soon. If there's no key level, oh, we gotta look. Okay. Anyways, you always want a key level. Now, what is the key level protecting this low? It's change the state of delivery with this FUG, right? So indicating that we're breaking higher, not needing this low to be taken until what is the most important liquidity pool? Previous candle, right? Previous day high. For intra-week, it's the most important liquidity pool. Right. That's hella paper, but anyways, we reject this high at 11. Okay. So long and close again, right? And usually if you watch ICT, you know that if we have a classic buy, the daily range is usually capped by a London close if the dollar's been met. Okay. Now it can expand higher during PM, but it can also reverse or chop, right? This is a London swing to see daily profile. Okay. So I was actually bullish. I was actually expecting higher. I was expecting these highs, like I said. But once we started rejecting this high and breaking, closing lower, right inside the range on the 4 hours quickly. You see this open high, we just immediately rejected it, immediately trade like way lower. That indicated to me that this will be pro soup Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday half week model. Right. During what? 11, right? Key time. London close. London close reversals usually lead to big expansions. That's something for your notes. Yeah. What is also important, we have small bodies. Small bodies leading to big bodies. That's how you catch expansion days, how you can expect them. How you could have expected this gap because of these bodies, this row soup. A premium array or a rejection block, right? Protecting these highs, right? If we want these highs to be taken, we need what? We need a displacement through this imbalance. So some yes. Here, right? These highs. We need a displacement. You see all these wicks, all this rejection. We need a displacement above this imbalance. And we need a break higher, not a rejection of previous day high. We need to close a true breakout out of this high. This range, right? That's when we can target these highs. That's when the rejection block will fail. Okay, but the rejection block here acts as a premium array, send us lower, supporting this total soup. So yeah, that's how Tuesday closes. I mean, everyone should be out by here, right? I guess you could have called shorts here, but you can, but it's iffy, right? Why is 11 key time on the close? Something, you just gotta study ICT, right? So then we gap lower going into Wednesday. Now Tuesday half week, what will Wednesday do? Classic sell-off. biggest expansion day of the whole week, every week. Tuesday is a classic high of week, low of week model. Wednesday will be your classic candle model, right? If you all watched Romeo, you know. Should I watch this? CSD fail on everything? Yeah, bro. Whatever. Anyways, we gap lower. Now, still not fully bearish. Yes, I'm expecting this to be high of week, Tuesday. But I'm still not 100% bearish. Why? It's still just turtle soup. The low that broke the high, and then go higher again, right? But this gap told me a lot, right? This super big gap we opened and we gapped like 160 points. 160 takes like 40 points. Actually more, right? This was that close. 65 points, bro. We gapped 65 points overnight. So then we start break lower. What do we break? We break the low that broke the high, forming what a breaker, indicating what everything above here is balanced, right? So we started to break the low that broke the high, indicating this will be a classic sell day. The further we trade now, these are two key opening prices you want to mark up: 6 p.m. and midnight. Right? Further we trade away from these on a day where you expand the classic sell-off or buy, right? The more likely it's going to be that these won't be retouched. The more likely, the further we trade away from these, the further will be the expansion, right? The terminus for the day. Okay. So these are the openings, right? We trade lower during Asia, accumulate, break lower immediately again, right? Low, small bodies leading to big bodies. We just keep on breaking the lows that broke the highs, right? And reject FVGs, IFED, right? Every single FVG is IFED, right? Some aren't even touched, and some are just IFED, right? Like this, tap to immediately break lower. Okay, so then we have this NVOG that was supporting the current low of week. Right, we turtle soup this one, like, did we take it? Yeah, somewhere here we start ranging. We take out the low of week. Now this could still, maybe go higher, but the PD array that indicated this low of week got broken through, right, inversed. Now this is still not where I'm in, right? I'm not trading London, I'm trading overnight. I'm waiting for 9 a.m. Waiting for 9 a.m. Right, I see how 8:30 closes. 8:30 closes below previous week low. Now I'm super bearish. Right now I'm expecting what? I'm expecting these FVGs to be filled. I'm expecting these ITLs on a weekly. Right? It's just a FVG. These ITLs to be taken. Right? Drawn to with big, a lot of speed, a lot of pace. Okay. So we start break lower. Now in expanding markets, every FVG will work. Okay. This is a balanced price range. So buy side and sell side delivery will break lower, leaving the range, indicating this will not need to be touched. If it touches, it's fine, but it needs to immediately, right? It needs to touch it at spool lower immediately. If I'm expecting this to be balanced, if I'm expecting a big sell day. Okay. It's exactly what we do right here as well. It's the FVG that broke the range. Okay. On the 30-minute or the 50-minute. It's the same shit, right? We 9:30. Now when is price in a rush? 9:30, 10. Okay. There won't be time for like a lot of entries for you. There won't be time for order block entry. There's just gonna be a turtle soup in expanding markets. There's just gonna be a turtle soup into a PD array, right? Into FVG, IFN, right? There we go, right here. And soup high and just immediately break lower. Okay, and then you just start break lower and you just find your entries. Right, expanding markets, every PD array will work. Every single PD array will work. Right, retracement won't be big. It will be rather small. Previous candle lows will be used. See these immediate rebalances indicating, we're balancing and just breaking lower. Can you see this? Breaking each candle. We're leaving either imbalances that will be IOFEDed, or we don't leave an imbalance and we just get an immediate rebalance. Right? As long as this happens, as long as you start breaking, doing this, you can find your lower time frame entries, entry model, whatever you like. Right? Until the dollars met. Now, what was my draw on liquidity for Wednesday? These lows. right here, right? This low right here. Touch it and, reverse. And this was not the low of week because Wednesday, if Tuesday's high of week, Wednesday will not be low of week. Okay. It's gonna be Thursday or Friday. Depending if the draw is met by Thursday, Friday's gonna TGIF, or if the draw isn't met, Friday's gonna continue. Okay, so now going into Thursday. We still expect lower. What we expect? We expect the key time, injection time, cap the weekly range, and then go higher. Right? Because we need a good valid low of week. Now, a lot of people long this right here, this candle, this news candle. What I was expecting was this to be a fake low day. Now, why? Because the classic buys don't happen on Thursdays. Right? I just gave you a hint for the daily profiles. I told you to study for Thursday and Friday. So this can't be low day, just time based, right? Can't be low day, and we need a New York time. I'm saying New York time because there's multiple. Y'all can figure out which ones, right? We need a New York key time to flip, to take out, to close soup this low, and then we can go higher. Right? This does not mean just because we close back into the range. This does not mean this will be protected in low week. Okay. So 8:30 went news. We get a failure swing. I gotta explain this on the 50 minutes so it's more clean. See this right here? There's no key level, no PD array protecting this to be low day, or actually like low of week, right? No key level. There's no reason to long this. Yes, we open low during news, but there's no reason. Why? It's not even a rejection block, right? The least I would want for low to protect it. I don't love rejection blocks, but that's like the least you would like. That's the minimum you want, right? A rejection block at the low. If it's a high resistance low, it's not even a rejection block, right? No wick, no rejection block. Okay, so there's no key level sponsoring a move higher here. No key level. Yes, it's a total soup, close back into the range, but nothing is protecting this low. Nothing, not even time, right? Not even time is protecting this low. Okay, so we break higher. We start rejecting this high, right? Random high. So rejecting this, neither is full lower. This is a classic example where pattern traders for 8:30, 9:30, and 10 would get absolutely raped. Right? 8:30. Oh, it looks like manipulation. Right? We break higher. Oh, it looks like we're gonna spool higher to these Asia highs, right? No. Time is not right. Price is not right for this low. We reject a random high probably, right? Now why is this high important? I'm not gonna say. You can figure out, but 9:30 breaks lower, indicating that this is not a true manipulation. If you're not in from here, you should be in here. If you're not in here, I don't know what you're doing. Stop trading for the day, right? Reevaluate, right? The whole process.
Bro, that shit made me laugh.
Here is too late, right? Because 10 is too late. For a specific reason, 10 is too late. Right? 10 is too late. If 9:30 does this, and we want a weekly range to be capped off. Now, when do we want it to be capped off? I told you all the times, right? New York key times. New York kill zone or London close. What is this? London close. Okay. So yeah, 9:30. Total soups everyone that pattern trades the times. That's going viral on Twitter. Breaks lower. And then 10. Everyone is breaking out. Everyone's thinking, oh my god, breakout, true markets, market structure shift, we're adding lower. No, because the draw has been met for the week. We just need a key time during New York. Cap the weekly range off on a Thursday. Right. Here the time is right. Here the time wasn't right. Here the time is right. Then we can start spooling higher. These highs. Right, there's nothing wrong with having these highs as your drawn liquidity. You just gotta know daily and weekly profiles to know when these will be targeted and when they won't be targeted. Right? When they won't be targeted, when they will be targeted. Okay. So just said a lot of important stuff. You gotta understand this. You have a whole mall, bro. And then I told everyone in the group to not trade Friday. So I'll break down Friday. What I took. And why we inverted my trade after I TP'd. Okay. So I said the dollar was met, right? I said we're probably gonna cap this week off. Now this dump was weird. Not gonna lie. Started rejecting the high again. right? And invert the whole fucking 10 a.m. London close move during PM, right? But the doll was still met, right? This is a rejection block, protecting this low. This is a previously turtle soup liquidity pool that is used as support later on. Okay. Rejection block protecting this as a high resistance low. It's a low of week. Valid low of week. Time and price both aligned for this low to hold. Okay. We break higher. Now why are these protected? We spooled higher with FVGs. No breaking the highs. And on a Friday, I'm just trying to target lowering fruits because I'm trading against the weekly range. Right, the weekly range, like the classic weekly range profile. If this is low of week, I would long, right? But this was too clean to not take. This turtle soup, again, a random high probably. We turtle soup. And we have this other key level sponsoring the move lower. Right, the big, thick up close candle. That made this whole move lower. Right, this was the real change of state of delivery.
Crunk, be more specific about your highs and lows.
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna say this high. The free recap, bro.
Okay, that's why. Okay, never mind. They just keep that. I don't know if you can see chat, but I'm just making sure the questions that I don't want a question to be asked and it just like skipped over. But yeah, you're good. Keep going.
We're gonna talk about questions later. So this is the PD array that was sponsored to move lower for a second tab into this wick. Right, wicks are gaps as well, so it's a FVG plus an aura block, basically. Okay. The best aura blocks. Okay. And yeah, 8:30 news, right? 8:30 news, open high. Reject this high into the key level. We start breaking lower. Now again, you want to catch every entry you can, and when the drawn liquidity is clear until it's too late. When was it too late? 10, as usual. Okay. So my entry was the total soup somewhere here in this wick. A good entry would have been this breaker as well. But then you could have taken like an internal soup here or somewhere here, right? But this is kind of iffy. Wouldn't take this after 10 to what we got, right? Trading against the order flow, against the weekly range order flow, right? Because we're expecting a cut back into the range, right? We're expecting this to be low of week. Now the whole weekly order flow is obviously bearish, but just the profile, just the model for the day would be bullish, which we ended up getting, right? But this was too clean not to take. But today's the day you can skip. Doesn't really matter because we had a lot of chop, you know. I just think this move was really clean, right? 8:30 and then we had 9:30 spool lower and 10 finished the move. Right. 10 finished the move into what? Inefficiencies. Right? These lows aren't protected. Because they're not even ITLs, right? ITLs are throw soup candidates, but they can also be protected lows, right? These aren't even ITLs. It's just range, right? We turtle soup these. This is a good target. This was my exit. This low right here, the 11 p.m. is also what I called out in premium. Right, I said to them at around like 8:40 or something. I said I'm in this soup. I want to see a break us. I want to see a break below this low. Once we got it, I said 9:30 should spool now. I said we're gonna have time distortion, but it doesn't look too bullish. But this chop right here, it's a time distortion, but it doesn't look bullish. Don't worry. Right. So it's spooling lower. Then at like 10, I was out. Right. 11 p.m. low.
And I
Yeah,
took the 12 p.m. low because it was like super low hanging fruit. I didn't feel like getting edged.
12 p.m.
One more before it, just the low.
This one.
Yeah,
These equal lows.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was out just a little bit before him. But it's just the
But
same
yeah,
idea
and
of the
then obviously
short.
we had our TJF, right? But I just didn't. Whenever we have news like this and super clean throw soup, I gotta take it, right? Because I'm expecting at least these lows to not be taken. Because this is not balanced, right? This is not balanced price action, right? With a buy side delivery and then not a turtle soup, a failure swing, right? Buy side delivery, failed sell side delivery. Buy side delivery, we're gonna get our failed sell side delivery. to induce people into shorts where smart money buys, then we're gonna keep buying. Like this, what I just said is super important to know which lows won't be taken. Okay. Yeah, man, that was the whole week. Broke it down. Drop the questions now.
Can you go over
Can you
entry?
go over his entry one more for today's trade on the. You mean today's roll soup?
Yeah, just like the short.
I went to Subito's soup and then I waited for a reaction. I just got in. Just gotta know which highs will be turtle souped at what time, and then I just got in like somewhere here. I placed my stop. I got in like here somewhere. And then I placed my stop above this high because once we got reaction off of it, I'm expecting this to be the turtle soup. Okay. It's a good invalidation level, right? Not too big of a stop loss, and I just ride it low.
And then I entered just a little bit lower, right? You see a new higher or a new lower low made, right? And the higher high swept, and then a new lower low made, and then a higher high swept, and then that high is high resistance, and I entered just a little bit
This one,
before. Yeah, that high resistance, and then the one right before it reacted to the order block, and then the 930 manipulation.
yeah.
I entered, or it was like 915 or 20. I can't remember when we made that.
Yeah, 925, right?
Yeah.
Final KOD before this pool. Yeah.
What is that high? Because it was below 2-timed OB. What is that
What
high?
the fuck?
Because it was below 2-timed OB.
I don't even know. Bro.
Am I tripping?
No, we dropped some.
Somebody put 100.
No, so we dropped a good amount of salts if people actually listened.
Camster's funny, bro. 100 is funny.
Nah.
Can you mention why
I
you
just broke
said
down
that
I
sell
just broke
side
down the week.
delivery wasn't balanced there?
Crazy.
Aiden is our best advocate. He's going to be our poster boy everywhere. We need more gym picks in
Yeah,
lifetime
it wasn't, bro.
chat.
It wasn't. There was no turtle soup. See slow. Buys at delivery, failed us at delivery, failure swing. Where was the turtle soup, bro? Yes. No. Not remember, yes. So S&T, no, not even S&T. Wait, 3? Fuck. 11? No, this isn't a turtle soup. Just FPG fill. I need a deal to be taken for turtle soup. This low to be taken. It's this. That would have been higher since they would have zero. Okay. So assuming this one. Since we didn't get this, this wasn't balanced. It's a good target. Bro.
Bro's cooking in chat. Bro is cooking.
Which game, bro? Yeah, no. Oh wait, Rocky's in here. What's up, Rocky?
Balboa? Oh, you said rookie. That's the accent slipping through.
Gonna keep twinkling my tip. But what these eyes mean. That's crazy.
June 10th.
It was a weekly SOT June 10th. Bullish or bearish?
They're just key highs and lows. What do you
June
see
10th.
at all the key highs and lows?
Not here.
We either do one thing or the other.
These lows. Yeah, these lows.
The real OG is here. I think that's the guy that comments on every video.
Which
Is
one?
that and I don't know how to say it, to be honest. That's my guy right there. The gatekeeping is insane. What are you talking about? That is him, see? Selling bread in Afghanistan? What? What was you doing in Afghanistan? I remember meeting him in a little village. Wow. What?
Anyways, chat, drop the questions before I go to sleep.
I always forget what time it is for you. What time is it again?
2 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Where do you live? Egypt?
Yeah, where does Bor live? I live in Austria.
And DJ. I don't really do projections for next week, like, at all on Sunday or Saturday or, like, even Friday. There's just, like, for me, there's no real point. Like, I'll just wait till Monday. Because, like, I've had, a weekly, projection come out, and then Monday happens, and it's like, well, what the fuck was that? But then it ends up being, Monday is just a range where Tuesday soups it. And then, we continue higher or lower and just, have a classic buy or sell Wednesday. And we've done that like 3 of the 4 weeks, so it's great for y'all to learn from. Especially because, we don't do it all the time, but, if you go like, it's been great to see, for the past couple of weeks. We've just had continuous Wednesdays where they either shoot up or shoot down into,
Wednesdays are
Thursdays
so
with
beautiful, bro.
news and
So beautiful. The fact we have a FOMC next Wednesday is so sad.
I know it.
AM's gonna chop, bro. Even though we have news during AM, but it's not gonna chop.
Rizzy Springs is crazy. He might have to get banned. There you go, Mello. That's what we're talking about, Mello. That's how you do it. You go to sleep and you wake up in New York and it's like, damn, I take profit hit. David, whoa. David, I'm sending that to Sosa. I don't know if you're friends with him, but if he knows you, this is the shit he's finna get sent. Alright, well, I'm finna end the recording because we're just chatting now.